What's going on, y'all? Thank y'all for joining us. We are back. -1. Brian pulled a bit of the creme and removed himself.
She was feeling some type of way because Ben took an exit. So
this episode, though,
oh my gosh,
drama from the beginning.
Oh, bitch.
And I'm not mad. I was living.
It was an hour and a half of drama and tears and revenge, or almost revenge,
and a lot of like confrontation, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So the past eliminated queens had got the opportunity to actually come back and do their revenge. If you,
we were worried that it was only going to be 3 of them, but they all showed up. I don't know what that little thing was, but
probably to get us worried.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what's happening?
Only 3.
Yeah,
it
totally.
did what it was supposed to do.
Obviously, there was things that needed to be hashed out between some of the queens, the ones that had been eliminated and the ones that are still in the competition.
Well, it's time to hash it out. What's going on? Why did you eliminate me? I felt like it needed to be said so these girls can just lay it on the line. This is why I did it. You could leave the episode and feel a certain way about it, but what was cool about it, they can like hash, because girl, I'm gonna see you on tour.
We got some resolutions. We got some people had more complete storylines.
Some resolutions.
Let's get into the episode. Let's get into the basis of the episode a little bit. Ru's going to have the girls perform girl band style as kitty girls, and they are going to compete against the 5 girls who are eliminated. So it's 5 on 5, girl versus girl challenge.
I love a good girl groove.
Right.
And let's not forget they did have Miss Baby Spice Emma Bunton
as a judge.
And y'all were really big Spice fans.
Of
right?
course. I think Spice Girls was like one of the first CDs I ever bought.
I thought it was the Supremes, but Spice Girls.
See, we have another recurring thing.
Oh my god.
So it's not hairspray. I do love girl bands, but Spice Girls, I just wasn't. I only knew just 2 songs from them, and it's that one iconic one.
They're all iconic.
If you want to be my
Spice
up your life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, well, I was glad to see her though. She looks good, and I heard her going on tour. You know, Posh never gets on board. She's
the holdout, right? Isn't that what they're saying?
I think she said officially that they're gonna do it.
Then I heard afterwards that she hasn't quite signed on. I don't know.
That's right.
What else do you have going on?
But it was exciting. You know, Trixie obviously loved that she was gonna be there. As I'm sure all of them, everyone knows who they are.
Right.
But
as we all know, once the queens were all reunited in the workroom, Miss Thorgy Thor thought it would be a bright idea to bring up the whole note on the mirror.
Right.
Oh, bitch.
It had already gotten squashed between Trixie and with Shangela. I just don't understand why Thorgy Thor brought it up. Although, I do get it because she did want to be like, okay, I didn't mean it that way.
Yeah, it gives her a chance to be like, look. This is what's behind it.
Right.
And honestly, like, Thorgy, what is that about? Like,
right.
And she's still just bitter.
I know.
She is, but even I found myself liking Thorgy all over again.
No, you don't.
She does have a right, like all the girls do. They just want to know why me. I mean, they should know it's a competition.
Yeah.
The only one, I think that should have been a little bit upset maybe is Morgan, because
she was coming for
her performance. And Aja, for sure. I think Thorgy and Milk, why were they so bitter? You know, they were both.
I know, I agree. And Milk's reaction, like, girl.
Although I thought it was funny when Milk was like, she said, I'm just really hurt that you guys let me walk around like I'm a complete douchebag.
No. This is classic.
I thought that was funny.
I can't believe she compared herself to that Alexis Michelle moment. Like, how could you let me walk out in that dress? Are you nuts? How could you let me be an asshole? You're the asshole. It's nobody's job to keep you in check or be your babysitter. Like,
I thought it was funny. I don't know.
I thought it was funny, but at the same time, it's like, girl, like, really?
Because Milk did genuinely start crying. I think that she felt some type of way.
Well, when her and Kennedy kind of confronted each other about why.
Like, you made me feel like this. You were coming for my drag, girl, and I was not having it. And then,
I think because Milk understands that people do come for her drag, and maybe she didn't think about it in that way. Like, damn, I was really dogging this bitch. And, you know, she has a right to fucking be upset with me, but you know, I feel like it was a growing opportunity for Milk.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I still feel like the old Milk is still there. Maybe she had an awakening a little bit with the, am I really an asshole? You kind of are.
And that's okay, girl. You just gotta own that.
Yeah.
Own it. Just don't do it too often.
Right, exactly. Can we please talk about the awkward tension though between Morgan McMichaels and with Ben de la Creme?
Ben de la Creme.
Like, it was no mystery that Morgan felt some type of way about being eliminated.
She came full force, like...
And there's also this tone in Morgan's voice, which...
Tone in that look.
That I'm, like, Logan, I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared of her.
Yeah.
Like, she's very strong in the way she delivers her words to you, and the way she stares at you with those eyes. Like,
she'll, like, kill you. I'm like, this bitch could possibly kill me.
But I will also say we met her in real life, and she's so
nice.
different. Right.
Ben de la Creme. Ben de la Creme. Cram! You know, she was taken aback by it, but she's not that type of person. You know what I mean?
The confrontation, the drama. I mean, that's when you start really noticing, maybe I'm not here for this drama, and this is,
I feel bad for her.
I know. It's just, she had a point. Chi-Chi obviously performed worse than Morgan the first week. But Bendela had a point, like, well, you said you're going to eliminate us, whatever, so I had to cut you first. So I get her point too. But she's allowed to have that cleared up. So it just, her approach was a little...
You know what, after Morgan did, you know, talk about it, I was like a little more understanding on Morgan's POV.
Yeah.
I was like, oh damn, like you're right, she was right. Like this bitch did give her the boot. Even though Ben de la Creme said she was gonna base the competition
on fairness.
But at the same time, you know, Ben de la Creme's looking out for herself.
It was week 1 and she's like, let's just get rid of this twerk in the plan right now, and then we'll play fair, I think was Bendela's, you know, kind of motivation for it. But Aja, you know, she wanted to confront BB about the whole bitch I helped you thing. What do you guys think about how she handled that?
BB pretty much solidified the way that I felt about her. She took no ownership in that whatsoever. I noticed all the other queens were taking accountability for the way that they made one of the other ones feel. You know what I mean? And was able to at least explain, this is why I sent you home. The only one that wasn't was BB, girl. She was very like, well, I was accepting the compliment for my dress, and that was it. Like,
maybe she just plays a different game, and I'm not gonna lie, it did turn me off.
And which is fine, but don't put on this whole front, girl, like you're gonna cry, and it was really hard for you to eliminate her when you know good and damn well you were sending her home regardless. You know, that's where I wasn't feeling her fakeness at all.
And it even showed like Aja's growth. She wasn't coming about it like, hey, I fucking deserve to stay. She was like, you know, I get this as a competition. But, and, you know, I'm not even mad that I got sent home. It's the part that when they said that you look good, you could have been like, oh, Aja.
A little nod. There's been challenges before where they'll say, Roxy Andrews lent me this shirt, or she helped me sew, and, you know, so. It was a little bit shady of BB. So the other guest judge was Adam Lambert this week, and he was helping out the girls, in the studio, behind the scenes, with their vocals for the song. Who do you guys think killed it in the studio?
Girl, honestly, I felt like all of them did really well. If I was gonna pick like which ones I loved, obviously I loved Aja. She's a natural fucking beast in the studio. You can tell.
She's good with her raps.
She's good with her raps. Who else was amazing? Oh, Ben de la Creme was the shit.
What was really awkward was the whole
Trixie and Adam.
Oh, that was hard to watch.
Girl. And I actually thought Trixie was gonna excel just because she is a singer. You know what I mean?
I did too, but you just never know. And that's what, like Adam said, you gotta learn how to collaborate. And
you know. I don't think that Trixie was being that difficult. I think it was coming from a place of humor and insecurity in the moment. But the way, people... humor, it's a subjective thing, that's how, because I could kind of see if I was Adam and I didn't know this person and these were your responses and I had no idea your humor and how you are, I would maybe think you were kind of standoffish.
Coming out when he's doing it as a boy, it comes off like but if it was Trixie, it would have been like, oh, okay, girl, it is different when they're out of drag and it's like, okay, are you being a bitch?
Or
what is this about? Yeah, for sure.
Obviously, I'm not a big fan of her attitude, but Miss BB Zahara Benet slayed it in the studio. Just because she put her own little, she put her stamp on it, girl. Like,
whatever. I don't know what she was doing, girl.
It was something, girl.
Eat a piece of steak.
No, it was something, and I was living for it, especially once they performed it on the stage.
Y'all did.
Like, she was giving it.
It was like the breakdown of the song.
Yes.
The performance I liked, but you know, I thought that was kind of a cop out. Everybody else had to have kind of matching lyrics and rhyming a little bit, and she just made a lot of noises and weird made up words, which was funny in the scheme of it, but a little easier. Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. While they were getting ready for their big performance, they, you know, the drama in the workroom crept up just a little bit more. Bendela was definitely feeling the pressure. She felt really uncomfortable after her confrontation, and she was really letting it affect her in the studio and now in the workroom. So Shangela, being the master planner that she is, kind of pushed them together, made them have a confrontation. What did you think of Morgan and Ben's little, you know?
Well, I was happy Shangela did that. Sometimes you need that little push.
Yes, you do.
You know, you need someone to be like, hey, girl, maybe you really need to talk because shit's going down. And she knew Ben is not that even that kind of gal.
Right. And she knows Morgan, so she knows Morgan's not really that kind of a,
it was really affecting Ben's fucking competition.
Right.
And at the end of the day, like, Ben needed that. And I'm glad she got it because, you know, I'm not gonna lie, I'd be a little scared to go to Morgan and be again. You know what I mean? Like, it already happened. You saw how scared she was, and now it's like, all right, bitch, let's just fucking hash this out. Like, this is how I feel. And then they were able to.
Right.
Cool.
I really like how Morgan handled it.
It started off intense at first, but then Morgan took a step back and she was like, you know what, I did come across a little, I was too aggressive.
She apologized to her, and
I appreciate when they show that on Drag Race. I'm telling you, girl, the only one who took no accountability was Miss Bibi Zahara Benet. But that's fine.
I'll agree. Nothing that we saw. Yeah, she didn't.
I'm not gonna lie, I would be salty.
I would be a little, I would be salty too. Because ownership is everything. This is in relationships, you know, communication.
You could have just been like, you know what, Aja, you're right. You did help me, and I should have said you helped me, even though I knew I was going to send you home. I should have been like, bitch, you did help me.
At least give you a little cred on the way out the door, you know?
And one of the things I liked about this episode, too, is I feel like it kind of solidified that there really is a sisterhood between these queens. Yeah. Even though they're competing with each other.
Yeah.
First girls up to go were the Eliminator girls, back for their little kitty girl performance. Who do you guys think, anybody stood out to you in the performance?
Oh, like I said, I think they all did great.
Same.
To be quite honest, I don't even know how Ru was even able to choose a winner between the two groups. Like, I thought they did really well. You know, I don't even fuck with Thorgy like that, girl. Thorgy killed it.
I agree. It was funny. It was funny.
She squatted down like she was gonna take a piss.
Yeah, no, I thought they all were good. I still feel like Chi-Chi's outfit was a little bit Chi-Chi, but
her voice was great.
But her voice was good, and her presence is always good. Yeah, they all killed it. I think Aja did great with the rap and she was the Banji Kitty, right?
Yeah, Banji Kitty.
It was an all-star performance.
Yeah.
You looked at the performance and you're like, that's why these hoes were casted.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Right. Yeah. Every one of them brought it, and they were all nailing their choreography. There was nobody that was like, ooh, you know, like usually in these, there's always a few, but you know, even Milk, I didn't love her goofy teeth and stuff, but that's just not my aesthetic. But you know, she did her thing too.
Morgan looked hot as fuck.
I actually like Morgan's a lot too. Morgan's and Aja's were my favorite. I guess maybe I'm biased, but
she did a little shout out to Tatiana. She's like, sing hearts like Tati, and she even dropped down in her man voice.
Yeah, that was cute.
Like, yes,
and her look was great, on point.
Honestly, all the eliminated queens were they were fighting for that spot to come back.
I agree. Yeah.
Like, I have no complaints with them. They were slaying.
Yeah. The second performance, the remaining girls, the last 5 girls, kitty girls, also.
I have nothing bad to say.
Killed it. I personally think that the first group did a little better almost.
See, I kind of thought
that's what I thought watching. That's why I wanted to watch it back again right before we filmed.
Right.
I think they were a little bit more on par, but I still think there were some points where just because the old girls had that little bit of extra fire in them for it, maybe like there was just that little bit of extra that shined through with a few of them. But the second group of girls were amazing too. Everyone was competing. Everybody
was great.
The
first group was younger.
They didn't have all that arthritis, girl.
They said, "Oh, BB, oh." Girl, Shangela said, "Hallelujah."
Shangela has the rowdiest fucking body.
Oh my god. I don't know what her character was, sex kitty, I don't know, but she was giving me like totally Britney vibes, like the wig.
Beyonce.
It was like the love child of Britney and Beyonce.
Oh, yes.
I loved Bendela's goth kitty girl.
And I thought it was so cool how Bendela kind of channeled all of the sadness and the anguish that she had from having the confrontation with Morgan into her performance. True artistry, bitch.
That's what I was gonna say.
True artistry.
I loved it, and they called her on that later. She said, "I was pulling from my angst," and that is what artists do, and I appreciate it. And I know she got a little criticism in the room with Adam about how she was gonna project it, but I think once it was the fully realized costume and her faces and her
she was
and her
still
bend,
going through it.
Yeah,
she's still in her fucking feels with what just happened. You know, that's why I felt like she was a little. down in the studio,
Totally.
but when it came down to it,
she killed it in the performance.
I mean, think about it for a minute though, girl. It's like, if all these queens are filming for like a month and they're shut off from the rest of the world, they don't talk to their family, they don't talk to
your
friends,
emotions are heightened, your
like
relationships are heightened, you know.
They must be so fucking sensitive. There's no way I would pass the psychological test to get on that show.
I always think that if I would pass for
I wouldn't.
For like reality TV shows, depending on which one, but
I wouldn't pass. I would fail miserably.
I don't know. Some of the people, like some of the contestants on like The Bachelor that pass those things, I mean, you might be able to fool them for a little while.
Or maybe they really want you to be super messy. You've always told me you think I'd be a great candidate for reality TV.
I have told you that. Stay tuned. So BB was the Jungle Kitty. What did you think of BB's Jungle Kitty? I know you're not the biggest BB fan, but
she was giving me Scary Spice vibes to the T, and it was everything.
Yeah.
And I live for those ridiculous noises she would
it came across really good on stage. She performed well. I think everyone was bringing it this week. If I had to choose a weakest link in the performance, I would say it was Kennedy. Just to me, she was okay, but there was just, I don't know, something a little bit. I think she was letting it get to her too, knowing that someone was leaving and someone was coming back. You know, maybe she wasn't showing it as much as Ben, but I think it was in the back of her mind.
If everything didn't transpire the way that it did, Kennedy would have been the one to send home, girl. Honestly.
Oh yeah, I do agree.
Bad week, I agree.
Right.
Yeah.
It wasn't that it was bad. It just didn't pale into comparison to the other queens. Everybody is killing it now, girl.
Right. They you know, Shangela's been upping it since the beginning. So has Bendela, and now you know Trixie's finally coming to life. And yeah, Kennedy's great, but you know she has been the one who struggled the most statistically now. If we're going by that. Right. And definitely in that challenge, she was probably the only one I saw maybe struggle a little bit.
Oh, that high kick can't save you every time.
No.
That little split.
Well, do you guys agree overall with the All-Stars girls who won that group of 5? Do you think that? I know we said it's even, but...
It's even, but like you, girl, I kind of almost think that the other team won.
Okay. I would have liked to see how they would have done it, or like if they would have won, then would they have gotten to
I think so.
pick, or she would have picked the 2 strongest out of them, and they would have lip sync, and whoever won kicked them off and comes back.
Ooh,
I know. That's why I wanted. That's why I wanted them to win too, because I thought theirs would be slightly more dramatic. I guess I was wrong, not knowing what was coming.
Would you imagine if Morgan would have won it, and she was like, "Bye, Bendela."
That's what I was almost thinking before I knew.
She didn't have to.
Before I knew it was gonna happen, I thought
we'll get to that. Girl. The winning team, which was the top 5 All-Stars, ended up having the winners be BB Zahara Benet and Miss Bendela Creme. Right. And they had to lip sync for their legacies.
Right. First of all, I want to say I'm disappointed it was not a Spice Girl song. Of all the lip syncs, you have a Spice Girl there. You were all girl groups. How did you not have... Or even some kind of girl group. There's so many girl groups. That was disappointing. Opportunity missed. But do you agree with those 2 being the top 2 on the team?
I'll take it.
Okay.
Yeah, they both killed it on the stage, honestly.
Anybody but Kennedy.
Anybody but Kennedy.
Anybody but Kennedy, I would have been fine with.
Shanti and Trixie were both good too. The Nympho Kitty and the Sparkle Kitty.
Come on, Nympho Kitty.
I know. I like that concept too. I like the Nympho Kitty.
Yes.
So right before the lip sync, the girls went backstage to kind of prepare to talk, to see where everybody's nerves are and everything.
And to also for the queens who came back to kind of plea like, this is why you should choose me to come back.
Right.
My favorite part though was
Gigi DeVay. Oh my god.
Gigi DeVay, she's like, girl, y'all know, don't bring me back. She's like, that's like kicking a dead horse.
Right. See, that's what we said earlier.
At least she knows.
And she knows, but that makes me love Chi-Chi all over again.
Yes, that's why this episode...
She's a horse?
Hung like one, hopefully, girl.
You are going to have to fight Brian.
She passed up on that, girl.
Oh?
Brian passed up on it.
Well, you're just working your way through the seasons now, aren't you?
It's all for the show, sweetie.
Girl. So every time Bendela talked to the girls, you could see she kind of didn't know where to turn. She was getting more and more upset. She said in her interview, they all deserve it. Basically, how can I take it away from someone when all 3 of them deserved it in her eyes? So the struggle was there. You know, it was kind of there the whole time. Well, they lip sync, and the winner was, for her third win now, Bendela Creme.
She's won so many times. Miss Bendela Creme won.
She literally scalped BB, don't pull off that wig again.
I don't know what possessed BB to take off the wig.
I don't know what that was. Don't take off a wig unless you got another wig underneath or a stunt or a gimmick.
She had a patch.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That is not a stunt. A bald spot is not a stunt.
That was a little lace.
Overall, I think Ben had it. Her angstiness shone through, and she killed the performance. So she did win the lip sync, and to everybody's surprise, she pulled out the lipstick with her own name on it.
Well, she used the whiteout.
The whiteout.
She covered the person's name and said, "I'm sending myself home and I'm welcoming Morgan back into the competition." Which, talk about a fucking twist in the competition. Like,
I will say, I was genuinely shocked. I hadn't been boiler free. I had no knowledge of any of this. So I was genuinely shocked when I was watching.
How do you feel about Ben de la Creme doing that? Like, do you think it was in good taste? Like,
I always hate a quitter. That's always, I said that so many times. Adore Delano, I was like, you have this opportunity, you have this platform. There's so many people that would kill to be in your shoes. So I'm always very anti-quitting and giving up.
Right.
But this is a really different kind of circumstance.
I'm gonna say I respect your decision.
Yeah.
Because, like, she understands, like, this game is getting to her. It's not her kind of cup of tea.
Right.
So she's like, you know what? I don't need this. I'm actually showing that I've done really well. I'm that girl. And now you girls can fight over the crown because it means more to y'all than it will mean for me.
Well, and some people said that was condescending. Do you think that was condescending? Saying, oh, it means something to y'all, but it's not to me. Do you think that was...
just because you don't like the way it sounds?
Right. No, and this is my thing, and bitch, you know, I can admit when I'm wrong. I always thought that this whole... persona that Ben was putting out there, like miscongeniality, always taking the high road, yada, yada, yada. I wasn't buying it at first, I'm going to be completely honest. I thought she was using it as a tactic to be able to maneuver through the competition and sail, when in reality, she didn't need to do that at all because she was killing every challenge.
Well, killing every challenge. From her season, she was that sensitive girl too, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when Michelle was coming for her character, you know, she started crying in the behind the scenes because... You know, she's so sensitive. I think she was genuine when she was like, I'm gonna...
Oh, yeah, sure. Definitely. I've always thought she's pretty genuine. You know, she's got her shady side like everybody does, but...
I think she didn't like what it was turning into. Because obviously, like, when you get to the top like that, it gets a little... Like, look at the backlash that Alaska was getting, girl. Look at the backlash that... I mean, there's several queens that have won the competition, and, you know, people are telling them, you shouldn't have got it, or you shouldn't have got this. Like, even, remember when Ben de la Creme was like, I mean, how am I going to do this? Like, I did so well the first season I was on. She jokingly said it, but I almost understand where she's coming from.
Oh, no, it totally makes sense.
She bowed out of the competition at the right time, and it was on her terms, and... She proved herself as far as her talent goes. She proved herself. I don't think that she has anyone that she really needs to explain to. And honestly, I think Ru respected her for it.
I really want to know what Ru was thinking because they were pretty. I think they were actually pretty shocked for all the stunts that happened on the show and all the surprises in production. I think they were actually pretty surprised by that happening. Nobody saw that coming. So everybody probably just needed to process it. I mean, it was shocking. Nothing like this ever happened before. Bendela's kind of the front runner in the competition. Shanji's been up there and Trixie's got the fans, you know, but she's been kind of the front runner. She's won the most things. She's someone that maybe a lot of people weren't familiar with before too, and they're getting to see her again. So she's just having an amazing season. Plus she had probably what is the most iconic moment of the season and the most talked about moment. So she 100% bowed out at a great time, and you know, I'm proud of her and how she played the game, and she's always going to be a winner and one of the best drag queens that's ever been on Drag Race, I think. So.
And she's back. Not just that, like, she's out of hiding, she's booked. She's, you know, you can see her now, like, you know what I mean? She's not just staying in Seattle, so regardless, this season got her back.
She comes to Come to LA, please.
I want to see Ben in LA.
If that wouldn't have happened, though, I guarantee Ben de la Creme was going to win this competition.
Well, that's the
Hands
thing.
down. Her track record, she was doing even better than Alaska.
You can't discredit the other queens, so, like,
no, you
don't
can't.
know if they could... Came up and just really took her out, but
no, absolutely.
Or she runs out of steam in the last.
If she would have stayed, like Ru for sure would have picked her. That's how she picked Alaska when Alaska won. It was their track records. Like, I think Ben de la Creme hands down would have won.
I mean, we'll see how the rest of it plays out, what the next challenges are, and we can maybe gauge how Ben de la would have done. But there's almost no way, unless some kind of trick of fate or something really screwed her, that she wouldn't be in the final two, and with a really good chance of winning. I mean, the top girls are where they are because they are the top and they've done well, and overall they do deserve to be there. All the girls getting to come back and have these interactions, and I think it left a good impression on all the girls. Like, they all all the ones who didn't make it back in the competition, they all left good. Well, maybe not as much, Dorothy, but but overall, like, I think Aja was funny the whole time. Aja was bringing it, you know, she was herself, she killed it in her performance. What were you guys thinking when it was debating which queen to come back? Were you guys still rooting for Morgan or anybody else?
I was rooting for Morgan or Aja.
Yeah.
And no, it's not just because I'm biased because I fucking love Aja, but no.
Someone did say that.
Someone did call you out on that.
No, but honestly, bitch, let's real talk. Aja was like the one who was like probably. Everyone expected her not to do well at all on this season, and she proved everybody
and
wrong.
She's TV, and she's had this whole arc, and you've seen her whole, you know, come full circle, and I think Aja had, not to compare, but she had a very Tatiana season in that people got to see what she can do. Maybe people that were initially haters of hers or, you know, didn't love her last season really got to see that she is a much more realized queen, and she is very talented and a lot more polished now. So
right.
And I was happy to see Morgan come back.
Me too.
We've been saying,
I really hope that Morgan gets to at least show what she's got, because chances are they're going to kick her off next week. I mean, welcome back, but I mean, but really though, like, I mean, we'll see what happens. You never know, but
there is just something a little weird about coming back so late.
So late.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
I love Morgan, but I was like, maybe like 2 more ago. Like, I just feel like it's so late in the competition. I would be so salty.
There's 2 challenges left, you know? So, like, Kennedy was a little salty about it. I definitely get it, because now at this point, you know, you've just been sitting in your hotel room for the last couple of weeks, and
ain't worried.
Yeah.
That's no, it's probably like a thing, you know. Right. Like, well, if any of us win, let's send Morgan home because she wasn't here.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me.
I mean,
it wouldn't surprise me. But that is a wrap for this week's episode of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars 3 review.
Yes.
I don't know about you guys, but we are still shook. We're still recovering from all of this. Please put it down in the comments section what you think of Morgan coming back to the competition and what you think for Ben de la Creme sending herself home. Crazy. You know the drill. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Until next time, you guys.
Bye, guys. Thank you.
What kind of kitty would you be, girl?
A kitty?
Muscle kitty?
Definitely a muscle kitty, but maybe probably like a slim, thick.
Slim, thick kitty?
Like pre-muscle kitty, like in between.
Like transitioning into muscle kitty.
Girl, if you want to use that word, it's so controversial if you ask me, but
sure. So she's a transitioning kitty.
She's always transitioning.
Should we call Brian and put him on speaker?
No. I don't want to talk to him.
An hour and a half of drama and tears, revenge, or almost revenge.
I think it's actually 90 minutes of drama and just revenge.
Is that what it was? Was it? Is that what it was? He does this now. This is a new thing.
This is a new thing, bitch.
This is a new
thing.
It's like Brian's not here right now. So
I know. That's what I was like. When I found out Brian couldn't film today, I was like, damn it. We have to deal with Jeff all on our own.
And she's had her Red Bull and she has coffee in that cup right now.
A couple of coffees, a couple of Red Bulls.
I'm fine. We're good. Everyone's good. Everyone, whatever.
The go-go juice is kicked in.
Look at it.
This is going to be interesting.
I'm fucking like, y'all see that? That's the spare fingers.
You have a little condom on your thumb?
I cut myself at work and I'm looking to get a check soon.
Oh.
I can't with your finger condom, girl.
I know.
She stays safe.
Can I, I may have finger boned someone.
Oh.
On the way over here.
Oh.
Maybe my oobs, maybe not. Can I get 5 stars?
And then he's like, sure, smell your finger.
Ew, bitch!
Mango.
Oh my god.
He's like, I'm fucking juicing. How'd you know?
Oh my god.
Okay, bitch.
Alright. I know her in real life to be a very humble, sweet person, but on the show, she...
Oh, you know her in real life. We all know she's sweet. And shall it be written, the shall go on. The shall.
The shall go on.
Well, as it was written, the show shall go on.
It shall go on, bitch.
What is that? What was that in Irish again?
Well, you know I'm 3%.
Not feeling on at all today.
It's fine, girl. Let that caffeine
You
kick
are
in.
barely. Drink a little bit. Maybe you need
Maybe I need booze. A little
booze.
Funny.
No, this is like narcissism.
Narcissist.
I'm having issues today.
Everything's fine.
She needs some Adderall if you playing.
I thought you were gonna say Adderall.
Oh, I got it.
Sis, put it in my coffee. Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. All right. Quick question. Would you guys like to see a behind-the-scenes reality show, docu-series type vibe about all of us on our daily struggles in LA and trying to make it here in LA and putting the show together? Let us know.
It's messy, girl. I'm letting you know right now.
Not all of it.
Not all of it.
Just this half of the table.
Girl, bye!
And I'm including your missing counterpart. Don't worry.
Bitch, she left me here all alone, bro.
I
I'm gonna fuck her
know.
up when I see her.
I know. Uh-oh. Round 2. She's back.
Hey, him.
Hey, girl. How's your day been?
Girl.
You're off today. Did you find any trade?
Girl, bye. No. This muffin shop's closed, sis.
She took her biz.
She took care of biz today, girl. And I've been really hungry lately. You know when she's hungry, girl, there ain't no bottom.
Oh, girl. I know she's a hungry bottom.
But she's not a shitty bottom.
Oh.
Don't get it twisted.
Girl.
I just said something.
I might have heard a little trick.
Bye,
Girl, let me let you go, bitch. Alright, bitch.
Bye.
Ciao. Where did that even come from?